Hello everybody, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. I know I skipped the Thursday stream this week, and, well, not much of a reason other than I was not feeling up to it, so I didn't. Today, we will save the Yungoos of the little girl. If you remember what happened last time, Team Skull went to Ether House while we were on our trial in the abandoned supermarket. And they took a Yungoos for, well, as a bargaining chip. They want us to go and get it. And we will. With that in mind, I hope you have something nice to drink, some snacks, and I hope you all had a lovely day today. Picking up our daily stuff, taking a look at how our Pokemon are doing. Nice, nice. And putting Sharo up front. Sharo and Moonflower will have to get a bit stronger, especially since Moonflower is still going to stay a Sandshrew for a little while longer. And Sharo is going to stay a Noibat for a while longer. He has 7 more levels to evolving. That is going to take some time. Anyways, let's get this party started. Potown is a bit of a distance away. Oh, here's the boy. Will it be heads or tails? He looks so bad in this game. He looks absolutely dead inside. With Sharpedo now on our side, we have the last Pokemon I want to add to this. Like we were told, he can smash rocks. And with this, we can also now, theoretically, get all of the stickers on the first island in one go. The second, I think, not so much. There is another Pokemon that we will need for that. By the way, meet Finneon. Pure water type, relatively high special attack and speed, but not good moves. I would still say, with the right TMs, it is usable, but there are better water types out there. Still, if you want a Luminion, and I could certainly see the appeal, it's beautiful, you can slot it in your team if you have the right setup. We are, by the way, in the second half of the game pretty much now. So I feel now is a good time to mention what is going to be the next stream project. I've had a few thoughts about this, and while originally I was planning on making Digimon Story Time Stranger to the next stream project, I still didn't beat it myself. I am very close to the finale. I think I am in the middle of the finale, but I kind of forgot because my hyperfixation shifted to something else, and if I finish that game now, I have too many things remembered. Or maybe that's exactly the thing. But yeah, it's probably not going to be Digimon just yet. I am going to look into it a bit to... Well, with it I mean a different game that I thought about that might be shorter than Pokemon. Well, not just might, it will be shorter, so I have somewhat of a break. There are a few games I would consider using for that, but what is most likely is going to be Kirby. Now, I should warn you, I'm not good in these games. I'm not good at Kirby. And it's going to be hilariously obvious. But that might actually make it more entertaining for some people to see me fail. The Kirby game I am probably going to stream will be Triple Deluxe. Or maybe Triple Deluxe? I'm gonna have to look into this more specifically, and I will have a full, maybe even list of things coming up on Thursday. So there will be a bit more time before I'm actively able to tell you what's coming up. But Kirby is a very much likely candidate. And it's either going to be that, or another short, relatively short game called My Lovely Daughter, which is a bit more horror slash storytelling, and I am so looking forward to that. No matter what's going to be the next game, after that will be Digimon. So we will have a small break, and then we're going to go nuts. The reason why I'm saying we're going to go nuts, you will see. Anyway, back to Pokemon. This time fully. As I said, we have a while to go before we reach Po Town. The Route 16 itself, as you can see, is not long. But there's more to this kind of transition. have a bit more time together. And yeah. I honestly don't even know how far we're going to get today. I want to at least save the Yungoos, and after that we will have to see. If I have the energy today, we will get to the Kahuna. Oh, that hurts. As you can see, Tentacruel does damage. I do genuinely recommend it as a water type, and especially a water poison type, if you don't want, for example, Finneon or the water starter. It's just as many others, not amazing. Though Tentacruel is quite good at tanking, so that might make it worth it. If you still need a defensive Pokemon in your party, go for it. Now, about Sharpedo. To state the obvious, the controlling of this thing is wonky as all hell. Oh, by the way, there's Tentacruel. I just talked about it. It's physical, so we have a physical water type on our hands. And the poison type is amazing defensively for this thing. Its only real weakness is electric. It is still weak to ground type, since it's a poison type too, but the water type can dispatch any and all ground types fairly quickly, if you survive a move, that is. So, putting it out against a ground type is not the best choice. It is a possibility, but I don't suggest doing that. Now, we will go back out to that route in a moment. I'm just going to heal for now. But we have to level up, so we have no choice but to get back. yes, we are fighting a Team Skull Grunt because of milk. He wants milk. We are just happening to be too close to him. He challenges us to a fight. Damn! Critical hit, Cheryl. Nice one. As I said, we did this all for the milk. You see the TM over there? Yeah, we want that. Let's switch to Moonflower. Mimikyu is still Fairy type, and since Moonflower is a Steel type, we have a type advantage. For now, let's start with Ice Punch to get the decoy down. And then, Iron Head. Moonflower's defenses are not to be messed with. We have X-Scissor. X-Scissor is a strong bug-type move, physical. Very effective against grass types and dark types. Also psychic. As far as I know, there is someone who we have that can learn this. There are two who can learn this. Acrobatics too. We will not be teaching X-Scissor yet. We will wait with that until both of our party members who can learn it are evolved. And after that, I'm going to take a closer look at the movesets and see what is better in the long run. So, the TM is amazing to have, even though we're not going to use it just yet. Now you know where it is. There's a trainer in this grass, we can fight him real quick. We have to, I want to evolve Cheryl. Oh, by the way, since it's still relatively early in the day, I guess, it still counts as night, so I can encounter nighttime Pokemon. Not that I'm going to get any of those for my team, but since it's complete now, but that is something that I at least wanted to mention. He is a scientist. Don't forget, scientists use X items, though it usually doesn't help them. Sometimes it does. Most of the time it doesn't. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, Charge-a-Bug. I believe is already an electric type. Bug electric. So I want to get Asahi out. Bug electric uses the flying weakness. So that is why I pulled out Shero of that situation. That was the wrong move. Acrobatics, by the way, is a strong move that was even stronger in the gen where it originated from. In the 5th gen, there was a bit of an exploit that you could do by giving your Pokemon a flying type gem and using acrobatics. The gems you can't get so freely anymore, which means you're limited in that strategy. But back in my day, the most efficient user of that tactic was Archie. Its evolution has an incredibly high speed and attack stat. And acrobatics makes more power if you don't carry an item. Gems are used up when you use an item of the corresponding type. When you use an attack of the corresponding type, excuse me. Now that sounds counterproductive, but the gem triggers and uses before the effect of acrobatics is counted. So, that meant in Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2, you were fully able to push out an acrobatics with maximum amount of power. Firstly getting boosted by the gem, and then getting boosted by not wearing an item anymore because the gem just got used up. The fact that that worked back in the day is amazing. I myself never used that strategy actually. I never even used the gems. Seeing that even Asahi was almost dead now made me realize that I really gotta level the whole party. Otherwise I'm in trouble. We can now purchase more items. He has max potions now. And I don't know if he had them before, but full heals are now sold as well. We don't need that though. First of all, we're getting these berries. Yep, I expected that. Crab. Crab Roller shouldn't survive that many hits. I think Cheryl should be able to take it out. Yeah, there it is. That is a one-hit KO. From that we get a Lumberry, a Persimberry, an Oranberry, a Citrus Berry, and an Aspearberry. The Lumberry heals every status. So you want to plant those. You want to have those on standby. Oh, look, a Sandshrew! So, how much you want to bet that mine is stronger? As you can see, steel type attacks are neutral because not very effective on steel, but very effective on ice. Ice Ball, not very effective because quad resistant. Break, instant death. A Haunter. Gift? Sorry, poison and ghost type. I'm currently thinking, should Moonflower be able to handle this? Or should I switch? I'm going to switch to her rear. Let's Night Slash. Moonflower gains level 42. And Hail! I'm not going to learn it. I'm sorry. With the ability she's going to gain as she evolves, Hail would be very practical. But with the team we have right now, I would not recommend it. Hail and weather teams in general are something that you have to be specialized in, or you really have to have the right Pokemon and the right items. I don't have those, so I'm not going to use it. That also means I am not going to be able to use our Sandshrew, later Sandslash, to the best of its abilities. Still, it's going to be pretty damn powerful, as you can see right now. It's just not what it could be. Keep that in mind when picking up your own Alola Sandshrew. It's going to be much better with a team specified for it. We have Moonblast, finally! Okay, to switch topics to what Cyreno just learned. Moonblast is a very powerful fairy-type move and practically fills the last slot of his moveset. We will get one more thing to pull out. Well, pull out is the wrong word. I was not intending to go to Festival Plaza. We need the right move to slot into where Shadow Ball is right now. While Shadow Ball is good, I only had it as a precaution for the Ghost Trial. Cyreno shouldn't be put out against Ghost types, because most of them know Poison type moves, especially physical Poison type moves. And he will absolutely get his shit rocked by those, as you can see from that 81 defense. There are many special Poison type moves as well, who probably won't do much to Cyreno, but I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to give a second Water type attack to him. And for Ghost types, we will keep our Zoroark. Or maybe I'm going to forget Hyper Voice. That does sound a bit better, actually, considering something that's coming up in the finale. A Pokemon trainer in a bikini. Yeah, where do these keep their Pokeballs? I don't want to know. But that question, that will always be brought up. Always. The fact that Bruxage is faster than a Noibat is, by the way, a bit concerning. This thing can take a few hits and it's very fucking fast. Since our defense was lower just now, I'm gonna switch in Raydra. Yeah, screech them all you want. You're not surviving this turn. There you go. Raydra grows to level 45, me and talking damn, and wants to learn Thunder. This is why I suggested a Pelipper. I don't have one myself, but if you do, this is why. Thunder always hits in rain, Pelipper has the chance to have the ability Drizzle. Drizzle will always cause rain. Evil combination. Very evil. This next fight is not really bad per se. I just don't like it. At least not with this team. It's a double fight, which is why I don't like it. Too frillish. We're immediately going to switch out Sharo for Asahi. And we're going to go ham and discharge. Asahi should be able to tank one discharge, but the Frillish hopefully not. This is exactly how I hoped it would go. Aside from the paralysis. Both Frillish are down, and we won the fight. As I said, I really only don't like this fight because it's a doubles fight and this team is not made for doubles. but it's really not that bad. Oh, excuse me today, holy crap. Let's see, do we have someone else here, or was that it? I think we're done. Let's go heal one last time before we continue onward. And today we will reach one of my favorite routes with that. Welcome to Ula Ula Meadow. He doesn't like children. Here's our next photo spot. Ula Ula Meadow is the third of the 4 meadows of the islands, and here you can find the next form of Oricorio. You can also just gather up the nectar, and if you have an Oricorio yourself, you can transform it here. I love this place. It's beautiful. Absolutely magnificent. Oh, a Floette. Another reason why we picked up Moonflower. The steel type. There it went down. And both of them get EXP. The red Oricorio, together with the last color that we are still going to see eventually, has, in my eyes, the best shiny. For the red one, the shiny is black with red highlights, so the colors are basically inverted from what it is now. I love that. It's so beautiful. I want to see if this thing survives, and if it does, I want to try and catch it. It did survive. By the way, yes, I do have a bias for red and gray, for red and black, also gray. There, Ultra Balls. Captivate is basically the special equivalent of Charm. And we got it! No real reason for catching it other than more Pokemon in the box. Oricorio is still a great Pokemon, and if you really want one, now would probably be the best time to pick it up, because the Red Oricorio is one of the, in my eyes, better variants. It is 4 times weak to Rock though, so keep an eye out for that. No, I don't want to add it to the party. My team is full. At the end of this route, we will take a short break to get something to drink, because I need new water. And I also thought about making myself a hot cocoa or some coffee or some tea. Something along those lines. I have a lot of options. We're not going to let this Torkoal do what it wants. Don't forget, it's physically very defensive. So we have to chip away. So much about chipping away. Apparently Asahi just wanted this fight over. Well, the next Pokemon we have to fight against is Whimsicott. Berry and Grass, everybody. Berry and Grass. Moonflower is already fitting perfectly in our team. Now, let us continue on. I will heal the party real quick, because I think there was one more fight? Maybe? Maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. We will see. A Soda Pop for Moonflower. And yes, there it is. Sneasel, a Dark and Ice type Pokemon. Incredibly fast, very hard hitting. I'm not going to keep Sharo in. Thing is, Sneasel is also frail. Pretty much any super effective move can take it out, with no trouble at all. Komala. Pure normal type? I think we've seen it before. If we didn't see it, it is catchable on this island. And its ability makes it special. It cannot fall asleep, no matter what. It cannot be put to sleep by any means. Can't even use rest, poor thing. That is level 45 for Cheryl. And we will continue on. Oh, we will have to go down there for that item. X special defense. Adrenaline orb. Also red nectar. Hello there! Oh, here's Rabombi! Rabombi is the evolved form of Cutiefly. It is a variant bug type with very high speed and special attack. I personally used Rabombi on both my normal Pokemon Moon back in the day when I got it first, but also on my first Ultra Moon save. Rabombi is not bad. It just takes a bit getting used to it since it's not always the strongest hitter, but it certainly can do a lot of damage. It also dies just as fast. Embargo. This is the item attack that we saw in one of the last streams as a TM. The enemy can't use items to heal the Pokemon, but the enemy also can't have any hold items, or well, hold items cannot be used anymore. So basically, if you have a life orb, you don't. Welcome to the Lake of the Sunny. I just want to go in here for a bit because, well, I wanted to take a small break to get something to drink and, yeah, maybe even a snack. But I didn't want to leave you in a boring spot. So I figured having something to see while I'm gone could be interesting. So you will get this. This view. And with that, I will be right back. Don't forget to get yourself something to drink, or something to snack. Stay hydrated. And it'll only take a moment. And we're back. Sorry that it took so long. Hope all of you have something to drink. Before the break you saw me picking up the TM for Psyshock. Psyshock is an interesting move, as it uses your special attack while going for the enemy's not special defense, but physical defense. That means if you have an opponent with a higher special defense than physical, Psyshock can do a bit more damage than Psychokinesis, for example. Well, Psychic in English. Now, what I'm not stating, this place is built like a castle. If you remember what Acerola told us in the library, and what was read, the legendary Pokemon were called on by royalty. This is one of the altars of said royalty, where the legendary Pokemon were called. It's a bit of a niche thing, well, not niche, but it's a bit on the side of the road. Now then, let's continue onwards. I'm not commenting on that, that is somewhat adorable. Just Team Skull being not all that bad. That's a lot of meows. 7, to be exact. Well, I can't blame someone for having a lot of cats. Cats are cute. This route, it's practically always raining. So if you have a Goomy, or well, Goomy's mid-evolution stage, this is where you want to train. I once spent a ton of time being here, grinding up that little thing, just to evolve it, because I had nothing better to do. Not my brightest idea. I already talked about Fearow, so I'm not going to talk about it again. I'm just gonna end it. In the meantime, we're going to heal Shero. We're gonna level him to level 47, and then we're going to Rare Candy. Scraggy! A dark fighting type. The dark type makes it immune to psychic type attacks, but it still has a good weakness to flying, but also to fairy. Both dark and fighting are weak to fairy on their own, so it's a quad weakness. Abuse it however you want. Not the Pokemon the weakness. Personally, I'm going with a flying type move. Up here we have a bit of a detour, and there are some items here that I want to get. There we have a wild Alolan Graveler. Yeah, let's go. Serena reached level 45. And Sharo didn't get a level up. We want to go down all of the ways here. Because there are some items to get. I think also one TM somewhere on this place. Marini is a water poison type and one of the best there is. It has an ability where you crit every time the enemy is poisoned. The evolution of this is downright evil. It's a physical attacker, and if you ever think you might need a poison type or a water type or both, grab it. Really do. It's incredibly rare though, so be on a lookout. I will soon show you where you can get Marini. To be exact, I will show you once I am making the rounds for the first island to get all the stickers. If everything goes well, that round should be on Thursday. Well, depending on how far we get today and how far we get on Thursday before doing that round. Oh no, I don't want to be poisoned around you. I don't want you to live. Even not evolved, that thing is a menace. Grimer. Physical attacker, and the pre-evolved form of Muk. Alolan Grimer, as I've mentioned before, dark poison type, pretty good. A solid option if you don't want Marini in your team, but otherwise, there's not much else. As I said, I mentioned it before, so let's just get into beating this thing. We're faster, so this shouldn't be an issue. There you go. And primary speed. Asahi grew to level 44. And soon... Yeah, there's the TM. we should be able to evolve Sharo. I'm good, Rotom. Fuck off. Just need to heal. You know what? We're using the full heal. Not a berry. That is fair. Serious people can sometimes get on a more relaxed person's nerves. Though, relaxed people sometimes get on my nerves. Maybe I am too serious. Maybe it's Maybelline. No, all jokes aside, serious and unserious people are two sides of the same coin. As long as you know when to be serious, everything's okay, but if everything's a joke to you, that is not really a good thing in my eyes. Making jokes is good and fun, but everything has its limits. That was the wrong button. There we go. Since I'm only playing this game once or twice a week, I don't have the buttons completely mapped out in my mind. Assurance is a dark type move, therefore not very effective on us because we're a fairy type. So, yeah. And our move is a lot stronger in the rain. Some things to remember when you're fighting in general. Water type moves are affected by the weather just like fire type moves, in that water type moves power up in the rain and fire type moves power up in the sun. Vice versa, fire type moves get weaker in the rain, and water type moves get weaker in the sun. Just some base knowledge to spice up battles, I guess. And one last round, just because we can. Hello, Scraggy. Goodbye, Scraggy. Moonflower grew to level 44. As soon as Sharo is evolved, Moonflower will be our next focus, by the way, just so you know. But until then, we have a little bit more just a bit more time with him. And once we did evolve him, we're gonna go have a bit of fun. Because Noivern is a strong, very strong type, dragon and flying type. It's not as strong as some of the others, but damn. Man, am I glad that help didn't appear. Having a second one to deal with would be a pain in the ass. Oh, that's it! Okay, we got everything. We can continue onwards. Hey, you, don't ignore me. She says Carnivine is her favorite Pokemon and she throws out an Ekans. Where's the logic in that? Intimidate is a bit bad, but we can still do enough damage to kill this thing in 2 hits, I think. Ekans doesn't have the highest of defenses. Yeah, there it is. I don't know what ability suppression does exactly. I haven't really read into it because to me it just felt not useful in the slightest. And another Pokemon feeding on berries. Another Crabrawler. We know how it ended last time. Ganlon berry. Frostberry. Frostberry. And Citrusberry. Now, let's see. What is a Ganlon berry? A berry consumed by Pokemon. If a Pokemon holds one, its defense stat will increase when it's in a pinch. I think a pinch refers to 25% of HP. Or red health? Roughly the same point as when the 3 starter abilities Torrent, Overgrow, and Blaze hit. Aspire Berry, a berry to be consumed by a Pokemon. If a Pokemon holds one, it can recover from being frozen on its own in battle. And the Lumberry. Recover from any status condition during battle. Lumberries and Lepa berries are by far my favorite. We're not going to be grinding everything out here, but I just want to get on half EXP so that We can get the rest of it in Po Town. Let's see, can he defeat this on his own? Nope. Noibat really is weak up until it evolves. Oh, we have half experience reached. Half the bar is full. Soon we will have a Noivern. In this case, while the reaction is a bit out of proportion, I can somewhat understand it. This is their home. Team Skull is full of people who quit the island challenge because for some reason or another, some were just too weak, others were ridiculed, were bullied. It's not right for them to turn into bullies as well, but all I'm saying is I can understand their position. I can understand wanting to find like-minded people who have been failed by the system, because that's what it is. Traditions are great. Traditions help people or just stay with you. But traditions can harm others as well. And in this case, this tradition caused, well, a lot of pressure. Now, I'm not saying traditions should be removed. I'm saying that we should maybe consider how we look at certain traditions and how we look at people and our expectations when it comes to following those. Because not everyone is made to follow the same thing. Not everyone is the same in that regard. Some people just don't believe in specific things and we should respect that. Just keeping a critical eye on things. That is the least to do. And in my eyes, the only thing. As I said, traditions can be wonderful. They definitely have their place in the world. Now, welcome to Po Town. Barbaracle is a Pokemon, and they're dorks. So, we have to find a path through. Let's see. Not here, but there's an item here. Wrong button. What about the other side? Okay, yeah, we've seen it in the intro to this town. There's a gigantic hole here in the hedge. Yeah, we're fighting them back to back. Now, what do you have? I think I remember what you had. No, I didn't. I figured it was Scraggy, but... yeah, no. Trubbish has high defenses, and I think they're a bit too high for Sharo with his current HP stat. Under other circumstances, he would probably be able to beat this thing. But not with those HP. I need to heal. Moonflower, on the other hand. She can just sword stance. And she has a whole lot of HP left. The reason I flinched, even though Takedown doesn't have an inherent flinch chance, is likely because of the abilities. Trubbish can have the ability Stench, which can make a Pokemon flinch when it's attacked by a physical move. So this thing just smelled so bad that Moonflower couldn't move. I am not reading this. We can literally just pay them money to heal our Pokemon. With Sharo healed up full, we can definitely go in here. That's a regular old double battle. How bad can it be? Well, we're about to see. Okay, yeah, that is bad. Let's switch out Sharo for Sarino. And no, we're not switching Raidra, we are using Shockwave on Golbat. Sharo grew to level 47. After this fight, he will get a rare candy, and we will get a fully evolved dragon type. Moonblast, and let's Thunder Wave. Oh, didn't hit. But this will kill. And Raidra grew to level 47 as well. We found a full restore. And let's hit it. Sharo is evolving. I adore Noivern. It has fluffy floof. I would... It's just... floof. It's big. Well, not too big. Let's see how big. 4 foot 11 inches. It's not big. But it's heavy. This hot-blooded Pokemon attacks anything it sees with ultrasonic waves that can crush boulders. It's strong. I like it. But now, let's put Moonflower up front. And... not Serena. Let's put Rear up in the second spot. Let's also go back to heal, and afterwards, save. We can go here anytime we do need to heal, not just once. At any point in time. I'm good for now, Rotom. Bonjour, I am a Team Skullgrunt back from the Kalos region. He's French. Drowsy. Credit. Now, since our team is full and complete, and Moonflower is the last one that needs to evolve, we have a lot of power on our side. Alright, this guy. As you can see also, Po-Town is not big. We're almost through the city already. If if you are playing along, I hope you all have some healing items, because, well, it can get on the nerves to go back to the center, having to pay 10 bucks again, and everything along those lines. Especially since the house is a bit of a dungeon as well. Oh no, that's very effective. That hurt. We want to switch out with Salandit since it's a fire type. But let's see how frail it really is. That was it wasn't even a critical hit, damn rear. I did not want you to end this thing's whole career like that. The way forward is on this side, while on this side we have a dude. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put my money on a gambler. I already have my money put on myself. Over here's the smoke ball. If you ever wanted to get out of a battle and just it doesn't work, smoke ball is the right item for that. Smoke ball is basically the get out of jail free card in Pokemon. You can get out of battle with any wild Pokemon. Almost, I think. It doesn't work for trainer battles. Nothing can get you out of trainer battles. She has good taste in Pokemon. Fomantis is cute and strong. But maybe she should evolve it. Maybe getting out of this hole, getting into some sunlight, would do this little Fomantis some good. Not that she can right now. Marini. I'm only keeping Moonflower in for a moment to get the bonus experience. But ice is not very effective on water, fighting is not very effective on poison, and steel is also not very effective on water. So I am in a lot of disadvantages. A lot of different disadvantages. Let's finish this. I'm going to heal. Not a person, a Petraberry is what we want. Boop. What's wrong with him? Doesn't he see we're getting invaded? We're going to see the other side soon. Let's go in. And immediately head left. Because there's the ice stone. If you picked up a Vulpix or an sorry, one moment. An Alolan Vulpix or an Alolan Sandslash, like I did. Like I did me, and talking, yeah, today is not my day. You can use that ice stone to evolve that Vulpix or Sandslash. And that is what I'm about to do. Moonflower is evolving. With that, we have an Alolan Sandslash, and we have a fully evolved party. A long, long time ago, it lived in the desert. With its sharp claws fully extended, it can climb right up an iceberg without slipping. Icicle Spear is a physical ice-type move that hits 2 to 5 times. It's decent, but Ice Punch is better. Now, I'm sure you noticed, but the evolution music and background was different from other teammates. The reason for that being quite simple. Alolan Pokemon have a different evolution screen. To that count, Cubone evolving to an Alolan Marowak, Alola Vulpix, Alola Sandslash, well, Sandshrew to Sandslash, Execute to Alolan Executor, and Pikachu to Alolan Raichu. I think there's more, maybe, but I'm not remembering them right now, off the top of my head. If I do remember, I'm going to probably mention that in the next few streams. But yeah, the special form Pokemon have different evolution themes, and I personally find that to be a nice touch. Now let's see what Moonflower can do. Oh, I will do that after this fight. Yeah, we will not see what Moonflower can do with a Salandit as an enemy. But we can see Shadow in action for once. We don't have a Dragon-type move yet, but that will remedy itself eventually. Now we can see Moonflower's power. Oh, also not really, because our enemy is a Fomantis. You know, it would take a conveniently placed boss fight for us to see what our two fully evolved team members can do now. keep that in mind. And yes, we have to find passwords now. There's a deli bird in the background, or there was. We're now faster than the Trubbish. Moonflower is still not a very fast Pokemon by any means, but she's at least okay, I guess, from the speed stat. We can look at her stats in a moment. I still need to save, I forgot again. I am such a dork. Buginium Z. Remember also Tapu Koko and no. So we have our passwords. With that, we can head upstairs. After we beat the rest of the grunts, of course. This is, after all, still a rescue mission. Oh, by the way, yes, Ironhead does have the potential to make the enemy flinch. I like it. Let's see, do I have any leopard berries right now? Yes, 16. This room is still intact. And we get the TM36 for Sludge Bomb. Whoever this room belongs to, they take care of it very well. OMG! Please don't tell me that's my skull tank you're wearing! Oh, no wonder it stinks. It's the same design though. It does not stink! That's a lovely aroma! Anyways, we should write our names on them, so we don't mix them up. Hello? Our names are all grunt. What's the point? Oh no! There's some cute girl who heard everything we were saying. I'm so embarrassed. I'll take it out on her. I apologize, I just had to do that. I love this dialogue. This is one of my favorite kind of conversations in this game, seriously. Sucker Punch can be a powerful move, but not in the paws of a Rattata. I forgot to save again! How embarrassing! I guess I really am just a grunt. Whoa, that was like so uncool! I'll get revenge for you while still wearing your skull tank. Don't worry, after this fight I'll stop with the voice acting. I don't want to ruin my throat. As you can see though, Moonflower can dispatch of many things very easily. Now let's see. Oh, I should take the Eviolite off her. We have 102 attack, but 128 defense, and only 29 special attack. Holy crap. Okay, we should not put special attacks on this Pokemon. Jesus Christ. Zoroark has 128 attack, 127 special attack, and 105 speed. He could have more speed, but the nature just said no. Cyreno, or Primarina, 130 special attack, 144 special defense, and 68 speed. Sharo, our Noivern, 114 special attack, 102 attack, 144 speed. Special defense is quite okay too, just the defense is a bit low, so we still have to be careful with who is going to be his enemy. Our Jolteon Raidra, 132 special attack, 101 special defense, 150 speed. Single Pod, one of our fastest team members, if not our fastest. Asahi, our Arcanine, 98 special attack, 119 attack, 128 speed. The special defense and defense stats are both pretty okay. HP 2. So, yeah. Arcanine is pretty much an all-rounder. Unlike the rest of our team, who every single team member is incredibly specialized. Well, Zoroark is just specialized on pain. Special attack and attack are both high, so you don't have a very... You don't know which kind of pain is better. Both are good. Just do what you want with your Zoroark. Primarina is incredibly good in special attack and special defense, as I've mentioned. And Noivern is the second fastest team member on our party. So he is full on speed, but also special attack now. all in all, I'd say our party is going to hold itself up quite well. He's got a point. I am peeking into rooms that I have no business peeking into. I shouldn't even be here, but you guys kidnapped a Pokemon, and I can't stand for that. Haunter is still too fast for us. But not strong enough. And Grimer. Since Moonflower is confused, I'm gonna send in Sheriff. Air Cutter sadly doesn't have enough accuracy to hit all the time, but... Oh damn, it doesn't even do enough damage to kill this thing in one hit. That's what I kind of expected, because Grimer is a tanky Pokemon, as I said. It'll take a few hits. Now, as you see, there's a note as well. Remember Poison Jab, Tapu Koko, and no. But then, if we already have everything, what is this? Bounce Suite. Yeah, in the first games, you only had 2 passwords. Here you have 3. I don't know why they thought this was so much better. It's still very much not. It's easy to find out. Doesn't make it any more difficult. Oh, this is gonna hurt. There's the quad weakness to fighting. This is what happens if you miscalculate. If you think you can beat something with an attack, but you can't. And well, I didn't forget that it had a quad effective move, I just figured it wouldn't be able to use it, but it did. That just means we're going to have to use a revive now, outside of battle. Ooh. And super potions. Poison Jab. Bounce Sweet. Tapu Koko. No. Here's another sticker. But as with the stickers on the first island, I will collect all of them at once at some point. Looking for a battle in a romantic spot. Yeah, no, this place would be very unfit for battling if you ask me. We can definitely beat this one. No, I don't want to change her out. Moonflower is still a little bit behind, level 45 and almost just level 46. Most of the others are already 47. But I guess sometimes that happens. She is the newest team member after all. Now, you should heal your party. See which moves you feel you might need the most. And in turn, what you need to bring up to full PP. And then heal your HP as well. Up, I wanted to press Y. I wanted to save. And Raidra will be our lead. Let's go. I'm not here for you. this is the reason why I wanted Raider up front. He will first impression and it will do a whole lot of damage. He crit! Oh crap! I didn't expect that much damage. But yeah, as I said, this thing is powerful. Good one, Sharo. I am sorry that Raidra of all Pokemon had to faint on turn 1. That is... yikes. He had to tank a fucking crit. Here we have Masquerain with Intimidate. And let's see if Moonflower is able to handle this. She is a physical Pokemon, so Intimidate might cripple her. Yeah, it does. Oh! Freeze! Freeze hacks! And a dead Masquerain. And Sharo reached level 49. And his last Pokemon is no longer Ariados. It's Pinsir. Be wary of this. Pinsir is a strong opponent. It's mainly dealing physical attacks, so you want something out that can tank those well. If our dear little Moonflower hadn't taken so much damage, I would try her in this fight, but here we are. Shoving it in his face that he does not have a Z power ring. It's the cassette beast train all over again with me. Hey, at least you weren't low-keyed this time. You were just thrown under a bus. It's not consecutive, it's just one hit. And here we get the Buginium Z. With that, we reached our goal. We freed the Yungoos. Oh! One more thing. Walking on glass actually makes a different sound effect. Sorry, I just find that neat. Back on topic. We freed the Yungoos. And we beat every person in Po Town. Here comes the noise again. She's kind of adorable. And he's got a point. Thinking about it, Team Skull probably isn't too happy being locked up in here. By the way, now we have the Oranguru here that we can interact with. But yeah. I like the point that he brought up. Now, before we go back to Ether House, because from that point onward, shit will hit the fan. We are going back here and checking something out. I know Tauros is faster, but when it's running it's also worse to control. And dog. Big, fluffy dog. Welcome to the mall. We have a clothing store that's high-end. And by high-end, I mean high-end. Look at these prices! Though I will actually get myself the sandals because they look better than what I had before. Yeah, I'm not getting the satchel bag, it's just... I can just keep the other. There is no pink. Having a beach hat with a flower that looks like a Gracidea and not having the hat in pink is a crime. But yeah. I like the sandals, so I bought the sandals, and now I'm walking around with them. These orbs are for Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Groudon, and Kyogre. And here we get the pledge moves. Also, the ultimate moves. Here we have a restaurant. the Battle Buffet. And a show stage. That's pretty much it. The mall isn't very big, but it's cute. And doing this, we can trigger a side quest. Wait, was the side quest only in the first game? Yeah, I think it was. In Sun and Moon, after the ride show, you would have to clean up the entire mall because of some unsightly droppings left by the Pokemon. But we also didn't have the entire actual ride show. Now, I'm gonna go and I'm going to show you something. First off, here's Mantike, the pre-evolved form of Mantine. A tank with the water flying type. Not a bad Pokemon, but I wouldn't personally recommend it because of the quad weakness to electric. If you want Marini, you will have to be careful here, near the fishing spots, because this is the place where you can get it. More specifically, a bit further down. Let me show you. Here's a cave entrance that you can only reach with Sharpedo. Inside 10 carat hill. you can find the TM for Explosion. Oh, I did not want to be seen by that trainer. Clamperl can also be found here. Clamperl is a very defensive Pokemon, but it has the chance to evolve into two different Pokemon. On one hand, we have Gorbis, a special attacker with a good amount of speed. On the other hand, I don't remember the name. Not the English one. I know it's a physical attacker, and it's honestly my least favorite of the two. But we will probably see it in a fight. Be careful. Here is the spot where you can get Marini. You can't fish on Sharpedo. You can only do so on... I like how the 3DS game made TM bolts yellow in comparison to normal pickups. Yeah, it's great. That way you know what you're in for. Well, more or less. And then you find explosions. If you want to get these things, you will have to pick Lapras. I want to see if I can get a Marini. No, that's Clamperl. By the way, I wouldn't recommend Clamperl out of one singular reason. It is a trait evolution again. Yes, you can find items underwater, so you have to keep your eyes peeled. There's Tentacruel. I've already talked about Tentacruel, but here you can get the pre-evolved form. Theoretically, be here sooner. But the cave I showed you with Explosion, you can only get with Sharpedo. I thought I could get it without him seeing me, but oh well. I don't want to do too much anymore. After getting these few things here, I was thinking about ending the stream, as I am honestly getting a bit tired. I have started it half an hour early, so that's that. But yeah. I think this is where we're going to end it. Our team is fully evolved now. we have beaten Guzma, freed the Yungoos. And on the next stream, we will go across the entirety of Mele is the name of the island, I think? Yes, Mele. Akala is the second one, Ula Ula is the third, and the fourth we will still see. Anyways, we will go across the entire island to find all of the stickers that we can. And after that, we're going to continue the story and see what we have to do next. Maybe we can find the kahuna. Anyways, I hope you had a great time. I certainly did. And I'll see you